You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check, waifu. Montel, is that you?
Sir, what's up? How we doing today? This
is episode 140, Deshaun Watson. 144 of Mic Check, waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com. Use that offer code waifu. The time you're hearing this episode, there's a new release. So check out lubecomplex.com. Check out that new release. It released yesterday from the time you're hearing this. So yeah, check that out. Go check out their Instagram. Follow them on Instagram at Lube Complex and on Twitter at Lube Complex USA. The Browns got Deshaun Watson. That's exciting.
I mean, it looks good.
It's fantastic, even though a lot of people aren't happy with that.
The Browns, I feel like they get a new quarterback every few years.
I don't think you understand how good Deshaun Watson is.
Hey, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, since Tim Couch left, we've gotten a new quarterback every 3 to 4 years.
I don't think you understand, bro. His number was number 4. That's why I said it. Episode 104, Deshaun Watson.
Hey, look.
I'm excited as fuck.
I have all love for Cleveland. You know this. So I'm only hoping for the best.
It's about to be so great next year. If he's not suspended for a bunch of games. But I digress. This is an anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. Thank y'all so much for listening to us. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go to patreon.com to support the podcast and get early access to the video versions of the podcast, as well as bonus podcast, the After Story podcast. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with that podcast as well as this one for as long as y'all have. Couldn't get my speech together. Anyway, shout out to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre, the GOAT G, Johnny from Anime Lytical Podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and Nachi. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. We appreciate y'all. I'm excited about today. From the time we're recording this, it's a very special day. Reason why it's special is because the fucking fall season is finally wrapping up. So from the moment y'all listening to this, it means we literally have one episode of winter shows left for a majority of the shows that came out during winter. And then that means the spring season start literally two weeks from this episode releases. So super excited about that.
Super excited. It's I love when the seasons change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it means. It's time to pick our sleepers. It's time to see what the season is bringing. I think this season brought more than we were expecting.
100%.
And I feel like as we look into these seasons more and more, it's more consistent that we get more than we actually expected.
Facts.
So I'm excited to see what spring brings. Excited to see what's going to be the best season this year.
Right.
You know.
So for me, it's hard for me to say because every time where a season looks to be spectacular, looks like it's going to have a lot to it, it's never really that much to it. But when it doesn't look like it's that much to it, it ended up being a lot. So for instance, last fall was pretty okay. It was pretty good. Wasn't as great as we thought it was going to be because we assumed it was going to be pretty great. But this winter we thought was going to be, this winter we thought was going to be, not so great. Here we are with some of the best shows we had in years.
That's consistent.
Very much so consistent. Very much so consistent. So before we get into that though, what was your pre-final episode of the week?
So right?
Yeah, your favorite episode this week since it was like the episode before the last.
Hear me out.
Uh-oh.
I feel like this is obvious.
Is it?
Because there's an anime that ended this week.
Of course. It's obvious. I wanted to be surprised, but nobody's going to be surprised.
86.
Yes.
Had a perfect ending.
Perfect ending. Now, listen. It's my episode of the week. Spoilers. Okay, I want to get right to that. It's above our episode of the week, obviously. We're going to discuss it further in spoiler talk, which is the second half of the show after the music break. We're going to talk about it in full spoilers after that. But right now, I'm going to talk in generalities and what the show did for the final episode. Season 1. Go ahead.
It came full circle with the composition, right? Like how they in the first season they went, this is the beginning half, this is the second half.
Right.
The composition of how they did it came full circle.
Yeah.
And then they delivered it to us in this, like, I'm gonna say neat, well tied together package.
Sure.
This is your ending.
I was just gonna say, for me, everything Till said is correct. But for me personally, it's been a long time since this happened. Probably since my third rewatch of Clint. I cried. A tear fell. I said it. A thug tear fell from my eye, from my left eye in particular. Show was fucking perfect. I guess we should rate it one of these days. But spoiler alert, it's probably going to be a 10. Probably going to be a 10. We should probably just add it to the list as a 10 and say fuck it, to be honest. But we can't do that. We got to give it a proper review. Maybe the week after this one, we'll review it. But my God, what a perfect show! And it's a mecha. It's a fucking mecha.
Anime.
That's crazy.
We're not gonna watch this.
I'm gonna just say this now. This replaced Astro Lost in Space for my top 5. Astro Lost in Space is in my 5 spot. This is now in my 5 spot. Astro is 6.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go with that, and not look back.
And that just goes to show, because Astro Lost in Space to me was a complete package from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. It had no downsides for me. It was
true.
It was heat on top of heat on top of heat. This it just has so much. And that's kind of crazy to even think that in some of the ways it just had more to offer. Double the
episodes. Mm-hmm. So there's that. It was consistent, man. It had the consistency of a show that it's hard to do. Not a lot of shows can bring this consistent quality through and through, like from animation to storytelling to pacing to characters. Consistent all the way fucking through. I sat there, at the very, very end, how it shows a picture. I'm not going to go into no spoilers. Don't worry, y'all. But at the very end, it shows a picture. And the picture sat on my computer screen because I was watching it in full screen. Sat on my computer screen for about 2.5 hours. I was just scrolling through just different fucking shit. April 11th, there's supposed to be an event for 86. So hopefully they're going to announce season 2 there, because there is more to the light novel that, that comes with this story. Hopefully it gets announced April 11th when they do their event. I'm going to be scouring the internet that day to make sure that, that happens. So when that does, we'll let y'all know here or on our Twitter at MyCheckWaifu. But man, unbelievable show.
Amazing show for sure.
Anything else stand out this week for you though?
Let's see. Sabukui Bisco was trash.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. It wasn't good at all.
I stopped the episode like 5 minutes in, and then like went and did something for the rest of the day, and then came back home.
Bro,
it was something about it that just made me not want to watch it.
It was so tacky.
Platinum Man had its thing. That was,
bro. That was the worst shit I think I've ever seen in my entire life. So much character change.
Immediate retcon, bro.
Immediate retcon. What happened, man? They did all of this just to do all of that, just to do all of this. And then all of a sudden, here you go. What the fuck? What a waste of time.
It was so bad. And we still got, one episode left?
One episode. I don't even. Oh, my God. I cannot believe it.
Ranking of Kings did have a pretty solid episode.
Sure, yeah. Weird to me, too, to be honest. I'm not going to hold you.
In Atlanta, Lido. Love of Kill had a good episode.
Yeah, great episode.
K-City of Vanitas had a great episode, but it was an all recap episode. And this is one of those recaps that I was very surprised, but they did a really good recap. A really good recap. It was a needed recap. One of those things where like there's information that you wish you had always had, and they kind of put it in that perfect place to give it to you with the perfect reason to give it to you.
True.
And then you come out of that moment with that. So that was another good one. But I mean, it's hard to say anything when you look at that. My Dress Up Darling was another. I don't know if you watched it because I know there's a lot of backlash for My Dress Up Darling right now, but it was a really good episode.
Yeah, I heard about the backlash. Whatever.
There's backlash for two different reasons, and
yeah,
one because of the brown skin thing, which I mean I get it, it's supposed to be a tan, but the other one was because of artists and how they do their weird pedophilia stuff,
but not the creator, right? Just the artist, or are they one and the same in this case?
I think it was the same.
One and the same? Really?
Yeah. She
is. She did.
It's a he.
My Dress Up Darling was written by a girl, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was a he. But
let me look this up.
I looked it up. I was just looking. I could be wrong.
Yeah, let's look this up. We want to get these facts right before we even speak on it. To be honest, Annie List normally has the deets, don't they?
Shinichi Fukuda.
Original creator. Yeah, Fukuda.
Gender, female.
Yeah. I think they're referring to the.
So it was then it had to be a male artist.
Yeah.
Which.
The artist do some pedophile shit. Okay.
But the writer, I'm actually, that relieves me.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay. Yeah, as long as the writer ain't do no good.
That's what I thought too. When I saw that going around on time, I'm like, yeah, the artist, who gives a fuck? Get somebody else to draw the shit. The story, the creator of the story is what it's really about, and she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she did a great job with this. It was a great episode.
Fantastic.
So very reminiscent of what would have been probably me at a younger age.
Yeah, same. Well, not.
I'm not that shy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that shy one-on-one, but
if we're to that point. Actually, you know what? Let me not even speak on this shit. You know why? Because fuck Ash, okay? From Giant Shooting Robots. His motherfucker said, Ash, my boy from Giant Shooting Robots and the Black Anime Pods website. Check out all the Black Anime Pods on that website, curated by him. We appreciate you and all you do. But he said, why does a Polo government name sound like an F-boy name? I'm like, oh, come on, man. That's just...
I wasn't trying to put your middle name out there, but your middle name mixed with the first name.
That's awful.
Bro. You literally sound like you might as well be a pimp or something, bro.
This man, he said you probably got 7 different. I'm like, yo, you gotta chill. That's just not true.
If y'all knew his middle name, somebody asked his middle name in private, because I ain't gonna tell y'all. But his middle name, y'all heard me give references to it, but I ain't never actually said it. Because it's wild. that first name and that middle name, bro.
Hey, you know what'd be funny if somebody guessed my middle name right? That'd be crazy.
And the funny thing is, I know I said, because I got a nickname for your middle name, but I don't ever say your middle name, because I ain't gonna do that to you.
Oh, that's funny.
think it's called you because you call me Montel D Williams. I call you this D.
Yeah,
but
I do remember. Let's see if we got any real listeners out there. Nah,
watch, it's gonna be Crystal.
Yeah, man, great stuff. So last week we did our reintroduction episode. Thank y'all so much for rocking with that episode. That episode was so much fun. Probably one of my favorite episodes
in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of great episodes. Don't get me wrong, but those are always
refreshing.
Yeah, you know? Yes, it's always refreshing to just, kind of take a look at our anime taste. And I kind of want to retcon something.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember what I put in my shonen, but I didn't have Fire Force, and that's a crime against humanity.
Whoa, you know what though?
Yeah, we both didn't. We both let y'all down. So this is our this is our statement. This is our formal apology from My Check Waifu. The fact that we didn't have Fire Force in our top 3. Shout out to Crystal for making sure she had it in hers. Yeah, that's criminal. What we did was criminal. And from My Check Waifu to the anime community, we are sorry.
I'm disgusting.
Same. I'm so disgusting. Same, bro. We apologize. Fire Force will probably be number 1. Whatever our list was, Fire Force will probably be number 1.
It's good.
It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait till it come back. So that episode was great. We appreciate everybody for rocking with that episode. Off of that episode, spun a question from Worst Gen Podcast's One Piece Leak. Okay. Leak sent a question to us. Tell has it saved for us. He's going to give it to us here in a second. But has a great question for us. And as far as like getting to know us a little bit better. So Tell, if you don't mind, let's read out that question before we get into this spring anime talk.
All right, y'all. It's a three-part question from One Piece Leak over Worst Gen Podcast. He said, random questions for the pod. Top 3 Houston food places you've eaten at so far.
Top 3. Damn. Have I been to 3 different places? Yeah, I most certainly have. There's this Korean barbecue spot. That's so good. So
immediately sounds delicious.
So fucking good. It's called Jin's Korean barbecue. So that's probably gonna be number 1 for me.
I guess my favorite spot, not super expensive, but just if you want some chicken. I said this to Polo before, but Miko's hot chicken. I just love it, bro. It's just the chicken and fries, and don't get the hot sauce, just get the mild sauce because the mild is actually hot. And I eat super spicy stuff. Like,
right.
I got the last dab, the end. I got the hottest hot sauces in the world in the house right now. They mild is hot.
Damn.
They hot. I can deal with the hot. I'm trying to enjoy my food.
Exactly.
And they got one that's hotter than that. I ain't touching that. I let my wife do that.
That's wild. You've got to be able to enjoy your food.
Chicken. That's what I'm saying. Miko's hot chicken's good though. Real good.
There's a couple of like Vietnamese spots I've been eating at too. A couple of pho spots I like a lot. I don't know their names obviously, but just a lot of like foreign dishes that I don't normally eat. I've been doing a lot of that down here. So,
I took my wife and kids to Avenido's Brazilian Steakhouse. But it was real good, and they had this lemonade, and I don't really drink regular milk, but they had this like condensed milk lemonade that was actually real good, bro. But the whole thing was good. Service was good. They was super nice and friendly to like the kids and stuff. Nice. Always was bringing them little snacks and food and cutting up food for them and everything. It was great.
That's dope.
Avenido's Brazilian Steakhouse, great.
That's dope. I like that. Yeah. What's the other question?
Top 3 things you dislike about Texas since being here.
The fucking city. And what I mean by that, not the city itself. Houston is a good city, but the city structure pisses me off so bad. I said this before.
I heard them say it.
Whoever is the architect of this motherfucker deserves several demotions. Deserve nothing but the worst wherever he lays right now. Nothing but the worst because it is terrible. driving here is terrible. And yes, there's a lot of traffic, but the traffic ain't nearly that bad. It's just the way the streets move, man. It's so fucking stupid. Like, why does it take me 25 minutes to go 7 miles? I don't understand it. It's dumb. It's a stupid ass layout. I can't stand it.
What's the next one?
The drivers. They fucking suck. Everybody in Houston drive like fucking idiots. And don't let it rain. Don't let it rain. Because there's really going to be some fools out here.
They drive like it's snowing outside.
They drive like it's snowing outside. Yes. Like, yo, bro, come on, man. Get it together.
And then what's your last one?
Pizza.
You don't like the pizza?
They don't have good pizza here at all, period. Nobody here knows how to make pizza. The only way I can get some somewhat similar or decent pizza is if I go to fucking Papa John's or Domino's or something like a food chain where you have to follow a recipe. Everything else sucks ass. Like these Italian spots that I try to go to, these mom and pop Italian spots taste so bad. It's the worst shit I've ever had in my life. And I miss pizza.
I'm going to speak on that real quick because we was ordering pizza from this place called Luigi's, and they actually had some pretty decent pizza. Like the dough was nice, everything like that. It was actually really good. But Luigi's, they close early or they not open on Sundays. So we ordered from this other place called Giovanni's, and it's around the corner. Go in and get the pizza. Kids hate Giovanni's pizza. I'm not going to say it was the worst pizza. It just wasn't good. And then come to find out, last week they closed now. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, my 3 things are traffic and distance. I'm putting those 2 together because traffic and just distance in general, like everything is too far.
Yeah,
everything. Like if there was a corner store, it'd be too far. It's crowded everywhere you go. Even in and I'm kind of far off in Houston, right? Yeah. Like I'm pretty far out, and it's crowded. It's crowded as fuck. And they building houses right next to me. Neighbor just moved in, crowded, super crowded. And then my final thing is I'm finding a school for my son. Why ain't nobody tell me before I moved here? Every school is a Christian school.
Oh no.
like okay. All right. Every school?
They ain't just got no regular ass public school.
Y'all ain't got no regular public schools. I gotta send them to a private school. Like if that's what's gonna be the case,
right?
If they're gonna get a Christian education, I might as well go ahead and put them in a private school too.
True. That's crazy. That's wild. All right. What's the last part? What's the last question?
What shonen anime do you think would be better as an isekai?
Yeah, this is the one. This is the fucking one. What shonen anime would you like? Battle action shonen would be better as an isekai. I feel like, damn man, I don't know. All of them feel appropriate, you know.
If I had to say a shonen anime, because I was thinking like it didn't even got to be necessarily a battle isekai kind of thing, but I was thinking like, and hear me out because I know this is kind of a wild thing to say. I know this is a kind of wild thing to say, but I used to play this game that was a volleyball game on my on my Game Boy. And I think Haikyuu would actually be fire.
Oh,
as an isekai, like a character drops into this world, and like you immediately have a rival who is like just that dude, and you trying to.
I like that.
Level up in this world and beat him. I actually think Haikyuu would be. I can't say it would be better, but I think it would be amazing. Like you can make it work.
I think I'm gonna go with Food Wars.
Yep.
I think that'd be a great one as a isekai.
Like here's the Food War story right here. You are currently in culinary arts school, and you're currently failing. And you go to sleep, and you cook something for yourself. You go to sleep, find out that you killed yourself with your own food. You wake up in Toma's world, and he's your rival.
Wow, I like that.
commence. Don't kill yourself again.
I like that a lot. That's incredible, actually. Yeah, man. Dope. All right. So let's get into this spring season preview. These preview episodes are fun. I really do enjoy them. Okay, Tell. We got a lot of stuff from Twitter, and everybody pulled a Montel here. Okay. Everybody
Polo's the hater.
Everybody decided
for supporting me
to just not do the one anime, the one most anticipated, and the one sleeper. So we'll be here literally all night reading these questions. Okay. There's a few that did follow though, and I'm gonna start with. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna start with looking through the list and figuring out what we're gonna do for ours. So, Tell, bro, this spring coming up. What are we most anticipating?
Most anticipated for me is probably right up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be, it's going to be Rising of the Shield Hero. That's what it looks like to me. It's going to be my speed.
For me, my most anticipated is definitely going to be the quintessential quintuplets movie. I need to know what that's hitting for. I like Rising of the Shield Hero. I think it's fine. I think it's great even. I just think it's a little overrated.
Bro said I think it's fine. It's great even.
Yeah, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Mad decent in the words of Montel. The reason why I call it mad decent is because, like I always say, the first 6 episodes was so fire. It was so, what's the word I'm looking for? Gut punching and different for an isekai that it definitely changed again. And that's what people fucking hang their hats on those first 6 episodes. Like it's the end all be all. But it kind of gets a little average with 25 episodes. But good news though. What I'm looking forward to the most is that it's only going to be 13 episodes. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, because I feel like because Rising of the Shield Hero season 1 was so fucking long with 25 episodes that it overstayed its welcome. And that's probably why I feel like it became so average, because it literally didn't have a fucking choice. It just was too many episodes. So I think season 2 is going to be so much better than season 1 because of the fact that it's less episodes.
I do like that, because that means they can condense things and make it just flow better.
Yes.
Because of, like you said, after that first 6 episodes or so, it did kind of fall.
It just seems like every other isekai.
And I enjoyed it nonetheless.
For sure.
But I'm saying, like, I agree with you in terms of, like, that was that's where it started to fall flat.
This was hard for me to choose between my most anticipated, because I got Kaguya-sama Love is War. Obviously, we know that was one of the mangas I picked up way back when. I still got to watch the anime though, because I read the manga. I didn't watch the anime, so I'm gonna pick up the anime here. Probably, I'm gonna come back to y'all next week and just see how I feel about the anime versus the manga. And then the whole world is talking about Spy Family. This is something that a lot of people read.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I didn't touch it.
Good. Me either. Perfect.
So we can go into that, fresh eyed and,
I can't be me without talking about the part 2 of Comey Can't Communicate, right?
I gotta watch that first season.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you haven't watched it.
Such great things about it.
It's so fucking cute, man. It's just a cute show. And it's not even like it's anything to write home about, right? Like I'll admit, I'll be the first to admit, it ain't nothing to write home about. But
what you mean? That's all I hear about is something to write home about. I keep hearing how great it is. It's gotta be, right?
It's just funny, man. It's just a joy. It's a Land Lidl kind of pleasant, But the characters are even more likable, like way more likable, I think, personally.
Got you.
I really do want you to check it out for part 2. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, I don't think you will. But
you don't think I like it?
I don't think you will rock with this one. I don't know why. I got that inkling. You know, it's a weird feeling in my gut that you won't.
Okay.
Now there's quite a few shows that I've never heard of. This one. This is the Odd Taxi movie is coming too, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you hyped for that?
Kinda. How are you? Odd Taxi, where you at?
Episode 10 is where I'm at right now, so I got 3 more episodes left. It's interesting. Shit started to come to fruition. So we're gonna see what it ended up being and what this twist actually is. A lot of people are looking forward to that Odd Taxi movie. I don't know. But let's get into some of these ones that we have never heard of before.
I'm looking at this Summertime Render.
Talk to me.
It looks like it's a action drama mystery supernatural thing.
Oh,
but basically, it looks more like a slice of life kind of thing, or almost like it could pull off a Higurashi.
Oh,
kind of thing.
25 episodes.
Here's a synopsis. A tragic incident calls a young man named Shinpei back to his hometown on the remote island of Higotoshima, Japan. But something sinister awaits upon his return. A chilling sequence of events unfolds that will have dire consequences for Shinpei, for Japan, and for the entire world.
Interesting.
I'm kind of interested to see where I go. I want to give it a few episodes to see if it's actually going to be a hook in there somewhere.
That's got my undivided attention because, for one, we don't get many mysteries, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
So, I don't know, man. I'm at 25 episodes is a lot. It's a lot.
And that's what I'm saying. If it proves to be good, like if it gives us something to sink our teeth into in that beginning, I'll rock with it for 25 episodes.
So let's talk about this. I'm starting to feel like anime is becoming kind of like albums, right?
Right.
You remember the times where you'll get 25 song tracks, 22 song tracks, and you'll be like, yeah, I got a lot of music of my favorite artists. It's dope. I like this.
Extended double disc and stuff like
that. True.
It's a lot.
And then you start to listening to it, you're like, yeah, goddamn. Now I'm kind of preferring the 13 episode series, bro.
And I think what that is that like
Astro Lost in Space did it to me.
No, I'm not gonna say Astro Lost in Space specifically did it to you, but
I'm saying that.
I think that like let's talk about music real quick. On the music aspect, you realize that you can say more with less, right? Like if you put let's say you put 500 hours into making 24 songs, but you put 500 hours into making 7 songs or 13 songs. That 13 songs is probably gonna be better than that 24.
That's a fact.
Just because you were able to put more time into actually crafting that. It's the same thing with art. If I'm doing a painting, I work 24 hours on this painting versus doing 10 painting for 24 hours. That one is gonna look way better.
Let me tell you what album did that for me though, because I used to love the longer albums. Period.
Which one?
The album that did that to me is Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. That album was so fucking tight and concise and just perfect. 12 tracks, told a fucking story all from front to back, and you would just never forget. Like, I would never forget that story that was told in Good Kid, Mad City. And then ever since then, every time I would hear an album that's like 22 tracks, 25 tracks, Kanye, I would just be like, yeah, this is cool, but I'm tired of it now after like the 10th track. And you know, I'm starting to feel that way with anime.
Speaking of Good Kid, Mad City, Kid the Pro just did that TDE.
True
episode. I was supposed to be on there because I did listen to all the albums, but my baby was born, so I couldn't.
Literally, wasn't it the day?
It was like the day before. I think. I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Not trying to leave my wife stranded and
it's true.
All right, but yeah. So to get back to the point though, and obviously anime that aren't necessarily long running, right? Like if you don't already have 1,000 chapters, 500 chapters, that kind of thing, there's no reason to have 25 episodes.
Right.
Go ahead and bust it down to 13 for me.
Isn't Tokyo 24 or 25 or 22 or something like that? Or am I mistaken? I could be mistaken.
I don't know why I thought it was going to stop at 13. But,
Me too. But I could.
Because it might be longer running. But the thing is that if it has the story to back that up, then it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. If they got enough to tell, yeah.
But I don't want it to be spreading and stretching and then shortening and you know.
It's only 12.
Okay, yeah. See, I can rock with that because I will tell you some of this. Sometimes, like I didn't realize it was really 6 months that already passed, and I'm cool. I'm cool with time passing like that as long as the story is progressing.
That's true.
So I'll take it. I'm just saying, you know, some anime can't do that, or some anime just try and do too much too fast. Like
Sabikoi Bisco.
Right. Oh my God, bro. That latest episode was so fucking
it turned into the shonen we thought it was gonna be.
You're right. You're right. I was saying that. Oh my God. All right.
Yep.
What's the next one, bro?
Next one for me, man, is this Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie. Very interesting concept. The ultimate heartthrob girlfriend appears naturally. Unlucky high school student Izumi's girlfriend is his classmate Shikamori. She has a beautiful smile and a kind personality and always seems happy when she's with Izumi. She's a pretty cute and loving girlfriend, but when Izumi's in trouble, she transforms into a super cool heartthrob girlfriend. The fun lives of the cute and cool Shikamori and Izumi and their good friends never end. Very interesting. Supernatural kind of shit, right?
Okay.
Where she just transformed into this bad.
This ain't one I'm necessarily looking at, but I'm gonna bring it up because it reminds me of My Dress Up Darling, this episode we just had when it was the little they talked about the succubus chick, who was and she was cute, tiny, bland kind of body. This one I hear in Sawa Hakurane. I'm not sure what it is, but if you look at it, it's a little girl with the black shirt on. She got the real simple face, and they carrying her. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at, but that's yeah. All right, we're gonna go on to my next one. Is actually right next to it. I'm quitting heroing. Yo, I might rock with that, because I think that's a good genre to mess with. I was a hero, and let's see what they do to quit being a hero. So
banished from a hero's party.
Right. After saving humanity from the despicable Demon King, Leo Demonheart does not earn a hero standing. Okay. Instead, he is regarded with suspicion and hostility by those he fought to protect. Treated as pariah with nowhere else to return. No. Exiled Leo seeks a position in the army of his former nemesis, but the army is not what it once was before his defeat as Leo's hand. So, to maintain his new position, Leo must whip the forces back into fighting shape. So
he's now training his enemies' forces.
He done switched up on us.
That's interesting.
It's a action comedy series, so yeah, it might be pretty funny.
That's interesting. Wow, remind me of that Tsukimichi show, Moonlight Fantasy.
Right.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. So what about this? What about this? The greatest demon lord was reborn as a typical nobody. We know we gotta fuck with it. You know we gotta fuck with it because shockingly enough, when these names get crazy like this, outside of Demon Lord retry, there hasn't been much of a failure, right? Like everything has been pretty good. Even this fucking one that we've been watching this season, the strongest hero with the weakest quest. Not a bad show at all. Not a spectacular show. I will say that, but it's definitely not a bad show. So the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. It's something I'm looking forward to. The most powerful entity of all time, the demon lord of Vavatros, thinks his life of being a fat snore when he takes matters into his own hands and decides that to reincarnate, he calibrates his magical strength to be perfectly average. But there is no way that he could be predicted. there's no way that he could have predicted that everyone in the modern day world will be weak as hell, which means that he's totally overpowered once again. Reborn under the name Ard, he has ladies fawning over him. The royal family is begging him to become the next king, and the ex-minion insisting on killing him. But Ard has a one-track mind, and he won't stop at anything to achieve his ultimate goal, to be a typical nobody. That's fucking interesting.
He will never be a typical nobody. Bro is gonna be trying his ass off and is not gonna be able to succeed at his one lifelong goal.
It sounds like a polo ass anime. He about to have this crazy ass, unbelievable story.
So I don't want to go too much into the synopsis of this one, but we got an isekai right here. Skeleton Knight in Another World.
Oh boy.
My issue with it is it looks like they're trying to capitalize off that space Overlord made. And because we felt abandoned by Overlord, they're trying to capitalize on that space.
We was abandoned by Overlord for what, 2.5, 3 years?
Sheesh, it's been 3 years. 3 years?
Overlord 4 this fall, though.
Right. But I don't want to go too much in that. But what I do want to talk about is Tomodachi Game.
Talk to me.
I've been hearing a lot of hype about this.
Really?
And people hype about it.
Oh God, this looks like Platinum Man.
I hope it's not, but it gives us that almost like that horror psychological aspect. So yeah, it's a drama mystery psychological, right? So I'm hoping it gives us way more than what Platinum Man does. Because oh my God, if it gives us Platinum Man, I'm done. I will quit this 3 episodes in if it does Platinum Man.
Yeah, so even if this one pop off the first episode, I'm waiting until like 4 before I even say anything on the timeline. Because I can't live down that Platinum Man tweet.
You're right though. Polo said watch Platinum Man. We both agree with that. But it says high school student Kadagiri Yuichi, who values friendship above all else. Mirai head ass. Enjoys a fulfilling life with his close friends Sawagiri Shio, Mikasa's Tenji, Shibi Makoto, and Kokorogi Yutari. Okay. However, after a particular incident, they're dragged into a debt repayment game. Okay. That could be almost like Darwin game-esque.
True.
The only way to beat the Tomodachi game is to not doubt their friends. Bound together by solid friendships, the game should have been easy, but the hugely popular comic that sold over 2 million copies is finally becoming an anime. Will they trust or betray their precious friends? Okay. I mean, what you think? I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too.
I'm not gonna hype it up until
it
actually shows something.
I'm scared it's gonna be King's Game. I'm not gonna hold you. And King's Game is one of the worst anime. It has a 45% on Annie's list. It's the worst anime you would ever watch in your life. I promise. It's awful.
Worse than Demon Lord Retry?
110% worse. It makes Demon Lord Retry look like SAO, bro. Wow. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's one of the worst shits I've ever seen in my life. Interesting, man. What I'm missing though this season. This season is looking great. It's looking real thick. I'm getting a lot of comedy, romance, slice of life. I'm missing that slice of life romance. I'm missing that My Team Romantic comedy snafu-esque anime. No. I miss it, man. It's been or remake our life kind of anime.
Now I don't see that necessarily in this list, but I just read a name that might intrigue you. You ready?
Talk to me.
Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs. It's a isekai dating simulator anime.
Oh shit. Okay. It's a comedy though? I'm pretty sure it has to be.
Action, adventure, comedy, drama, fantasy, mecha, romance.
Mecha?
Yeah. It looked like it. The trailer got mechas in it. Got mechs in it.
What the fuck?
But it's a dating sim, probably a harem thing here. But bro, if we could get something like that, My Team Romantic comedy, it would definitely round this season out.
It'll be perfect.
Because I do think we're gonna have some decent action anime here.
A lot of comedy.
The closest thing we're gonna get to it is Kaguya-sama.
Yep.
And I mean, luckily I already watched the first season of that, so I'll have to really dial in for that. But I don't really see anything having that kind of vibe because Kaguya-sama does not hit how My Teen Romantic Comedy does.
No.
At least for me.
It's great though. It's a great show, but it definitely don't hit. Maybe Summertime Renderer will.
Hopefully we can get something out of that. The Dawn of the Witch looks interesting.
Date A Live is I've watched all seasons except for 3. I haven't seen 3 all the way through, but it's definitely a weird show. And it's mecha, apparently is what they call in this. I don't really consider it that, but I digress.
They be putting weird names on categories.
You're right.
You don't know what they talking about.
That's a fact. Shout out to y'all for writing in. We appreciate it. Shout out to y'all for not listening, but we appreciate you all the same. Shout out to Otaku's Delight Podcast. Shout out to Otaku's Delight Podcast. They ask, they say their most anticipated is Spy X Family. And their one sleeper is Kawaii Daki Ja Naiho Shikamori. Oh, the Shikamori one. Shikamori's not just a cutie. I'm going to go with the English title, Otaku's Delight. Great choices there. Our boy TK Does Nothing says most anticipated Spy Family and Ascendance of the Bookworm Season 3. And the sleeper is Daimon and Summertime Renderer. Okay.
That Summertime Render, I'm telling you, man, it might be on.
Might be something. Hey, Father of Ash, aka Dad Needs to Talk podcast. It says most anticipated Spy X Family. Sleeper, Summertime Renderer. Wow. Okay. Also, question: if you have time, what series do y'all think could go on and still be good if the main character was no longer around? Like if they died.
Hear me out, because I don't want this to happen. But I like so many of the characters in this specific anime that Polo brought up earlier that I think I would be okay without the main character. I'd be hurt, devastated even. But if Fire Force didn't have Shinra, so many of those characters, like let's say we had Arthur take over as the main character, or just any of those couple of people in there.
I can't do it.
I could probably rock with it.
I can't do it.
Shinra, it would break your heart.
Yeah, Shinra's story is just, I feel is very important, but you're absolutely right, because the story that's being told around Shinra and just the world in general is so good it can carry it. So I think you're right, but I just can't feel that. What show would continue on without the main character? What a good question, man.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, because without Yu-Gi-Oh!
Pokemon. Change it. Stop having Ash. Let's go get a new main character.
I thought they did like 1,700 times in different other seasons, but I digress. I'm gonna go with this is a tough one. This is a really tough one for me because I can't see Naruto being Naruto without Naruto. Even Boruto can't be Naruto without Naruto.
Right. They tried it.
Didn't work. Shit. Can't see without One Piece without Luffy. Damn for sure can't see Bleach without Ichigo. I'm gonna go with this just because this happened for literally almost an entire season, but I'm gonna go with Kirito for SAO. I think there's so many other likable characters that we could rock with, and it'd be fine.
But does that count though? Because even though he wasn't the main character, he was still very present.
Absolutely. That's why I said if he died, it still would be okay. It could still go on for sure. Good question, Rob. I guess we got. Let's see here. Crystal says the most anticipated is Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2. Science Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, Season 2. Kaguya Summer Love is War, Season 3 for our most anticipated. Her sleepers is Dance Dance Dasor or Aharin Sanwa Atarian. Okay, let me see if I can find the English title, because what the fuck is that, okay?
Aharin Sanwa Hakarene?
Yes.
That's the one I was talking about. When the little girl, he holding a little girl, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yep.
The comedy romance. Yeah.
The comedy romance, yeah. Or she says, or maybe Summertime Render. Wow. Anticipated for Rob J. He says, at __ Rob J. I'm sorry. He says, Shield Hero, Spy X Family for his most anticipated. And his sleepers, Shikamori's Just Not a Cutie. With an eye emoji. AB Aaron Brown, the Shibibble says, sleeper Yashua. Fuck man, Yusha Yamematsu. Yusha Yamematsu. Which one is that one? Or are those two different ones? Those are two different ones. I have no idea what those are. I don't even see them in the list. Damn,
I don't see it either. So share your sleeper with us, man.
Yeah. Hit us up on Discord, Shabibble, with that sleeper. Drop it in the general chat on Mike Check White for Discord. And then he's excited for the final season of Magia record. And he says lots of interesting looking shows this season though. I'm pretty excited for Rimaki. Matua Saki Rimaki. What are these shows, bro? I see the Magia record. I see that one. That one looks crazy as fuck.
Yeah. I gotta go and watch the previous stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not seeing some of those. Bibble, hey, you got the list.
Right. Link us whatever you're referring to in these, because I don't know what those are. Huey TJ says anticipated Shield Hero, Odd Taxi movie, and Tagachi game, which is the one that Ted was referring to earlier. And his sleeper is Spy X Family. He said he's never read it before, so he heard people talking about it in Twitter Spaces yesterday, I believe. Yeah. He was in Senpai Saturdays with Moody, and he said that he was a lot of people talking about that one. So that's his most anticipated, or his sleeper, which is interesting because hard for me to see a very popular show to be my sleeper. Obviously, that's not the way I'm gonna go.
That doesn't feel like a sleeper for me. Mm-hmm. But hey, it can be a sleeper. Who am I to judge?
True.
As Polo would say, lead the judge in the Judge Joe Brown.
Not Judge Joe Brown, but yeah, that we could use that instead. Actually, that's better for the culture. Black Damzilla. I haven't heard from Black Damzilla in a long time. His most anticipated is Kaguya Summer Love is War Ultra Romantic, which is season 3. Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, season 2. And his sleeper is The Executioner and Her Way of Life. And then Black Rock Shooter, Dawnfall.
That's a mecha, and I think I added that to my plan to watch.
Oh, okay. Black Damzilla got some mechas in there. Clean. We appreciate y'all. That wasn't too bad, Polo. Why are you complaining?
So, Polo.
Yes, sir.
What's gonna be your
Fuck, I hate that you made me go first.
Yeah, pressure.
I still haven't lost. You didn't lose last winter either. We both won, I believe. I think both of ours were great. Land of Lee Day was fantastic. Love of Kill is still fantastic.
Hey, look, if I'm being completely, I'm biased. I think Love of Kill, I enjoy Love of Kill more than Land of Lee Day.
True, I guess.
Personally.
True. I like Land of Lee Day too, though, so much.
I agree.
But it's better than what you've had the previous times we've done our season previews. So,
all that.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna have to say it because after we read it, the moment we read it, I was already looking into this one as the Summertime Renderer, bro. Fuck. I was already looking at it like
Polo dirty, bro. He's shady.
I was already looking at it like, damn, man, It's probably
bring this one up.
Exactly. Watch it just not be good though.
Nah, watch it be good as fuck. Watch it blow up.
As soon as you read the synopsis though, I was like, fuck, man. That's gonna be it. But then I saw it pop up on the timeline as everybody's recommending that the same thing. So I'm like, well, fuck. But I decided to go with it anyway. Stick with my gut.
All right. My sleeper is gonna be The Dawn of the Witch.
Okay. If it wasn't that, it'd be Summertime Render.
Nah, I wasn't gonna go with Summertime Render in general. I just had to give you some trouble.
Oh, you writing this down?
Yeah, so you remember.
Cool. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, a couple of Cuckoos look interesting. Another comedy romance. I don't know. It's a lot we gotta watch. It's a lot, bro. I gotta start.
I agree. But we in here. We got it.
We here. All right, man. Let's get to know Mike Check Waifu. This is part of the podcast where you get to know us as hosts. One of us rolls a random number generator. The other reads a question associated with that number. Whose turn is it? This is my turn to read the question, isn't it?
No, you read the question last week.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. How many questions in there?
I'm getting there. Semi-professional. 43. 43.
Damn, that's like the last question, ain't it?
Almost.
Oh, that's how many questions. I'm stupid. I'm rolling. 24. Kobe.
We did this already, right? Favorite mech anime?
We didn't, but
I feel like we definitely did this already.
Did we? I don't think we did. I think we just did our top. So it's kind of like redundant for us to do this again.
All right. Let's not answer this one right now because we literally did it last week, right? We literally answered this question last week.
I'll reroll. 33. Shaq.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
It was Christmas. I can't remember, but my auntie Taya, shout out to Auntie Taya. She helped my mom get us a PlayStation 2, and it was when my video game career changed. We got SSX Tricky, and that's when I fell in love with video games even more. I got that PlayStation 2.
Mine is similar, but I think my reasoning is a little bit different. I'm not gonna go with the obvious answer and say like my kids because that's obvious.
True,
but I think when did the? All right, so it was when I think like the Xbox had basically was out, and I think it was around Hurricane Katrina or something like that.
360, yeah, that's 360, yeah.
And they had I had a regular Xbox at the time, and the Xbox 360 was like just coming out, and basically, my mom was like, "Yo, all those kids down there, they don't have no power, they don't have this, then they stand in these football stadiums and stuff like that. Like, what do you want to do? You want to send them your Xbox so they can have something, all this kind of stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, send them my Xbox, send them my clothes, whatever we got to send them. Just send them whatever you want to send them." And we went through some of my stuff and we sent them all this stuff. And I wasn't thinking about having another Xbox, right? Like, I wasn't worried about it because I felt like I did something good with giving away my Xbox. But for Christmas, because it was only like a month away, I got the new Xbox, the 360, and I was very happy. But that was my gift. My mom was like, "Well, I was gonna get you this anyway, but because you were so happy to get your stuff away, I couldn't wait to get you this." And I think I got it before Christmas. I got it like before, like right after she went to go get it. But she gave it to me early because I was so willing to give my stuff away.
That's dope. I like that. Your mom's awesome. I miss her.
I miss her too. When she come down here.
True. When we come back, we are going to spoil 86 AOT. We gotta fucking talk about Platinum, man. We just have to. We just fucking have to. We'll be right back after these.
ocean, traveling in slow motion, paddling with no question, early morning with the sun, not yet burning, innocent. I try to be a good son, myself 100%. Oh, I feel it inside. I wanna reach that. It's somewhere inside. I wish I reached that. Skyline, skyline. I wanna reach that skyline. Skyline. I wish I reached that skyline. Skyline, I'm gonna reach that skyline. Skyline. Endless troubles to go through. They are strewn in the city. Daily struggle to be true. Betrayed authenticity. Poison well around, but still I will take another round or another ride until we take off from the ground. I feel it inside. I wanna reach that. It's somewhere inside. I wish I reached that. Reach that skyline. Skyline. I wanna reach that skyline. Skyline. I wish I reached that skyline. Skyline. I wanna reach that skyline.
Skyline, inside, I see a skyline. 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 Inside.
And welcome back to MCWW. I hate that the abbreviation of Mic Check Waifu just doesn't alliterate like the name itself does. MCWW is just it's nasty.
What's nasty about it?
It don't, when you just say it, right? MCWW, I guess you just look at it and see Mic Check Waifu, so I digress.
I just thought about it, and this is completely off topic. But what if someone saw MCWW and thought, does that stand for Mic Check Where Your Woman? I don't know.
Man Crush Wednesday's worth. I don't fucking
right. Man Crush Wednesday's worthy. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we are back to spoil some shit. Specifically, let's start off with Platinum Man and how terrible that shit was. We're just here because we're committed at this point. It's kind of like torture. But you know what? Fuck it. You know, we're here. Last episode next week. It's the worst. It was the worst outcome to the issue that they could have had that last episode.
My opening statement for this is that it was better than Sabakuya Bisco.
No, it was not. You're lying.
Oh my God. But
You're lying.
I was so, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I was so disappointed in the turnaround from Sabakuya Bisco. I don't think it's actually better. But I think I was actually like so invested in Sabakuya Bisco and how good it was, and then they went to that, and I was like, okay, well, I'd rather watch Platinum Man. And that hurts.
A complete flip, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Platinum Man was garbage. Like, all right, we talked about this, the retcon immediately, right?
Right.
First of all, our main character immediately ready to kill. And all right, whatever. C'est la vie. When in Rome, or whatever you say when bullshit happens. Our main character ready to kill. We find out that old little boy ish, he is not prepared to actually kill anybody.
Right.
So what's up with the whole facade? You was talking big shit the whole time. Like you was actually gonna do something. Like you was gonna pull the trigger and you didn't. I'm confused, little bro.
Facts.
Polo, what was he doing there? I mean, and then, so, all right, our main character, me, right? He gets this ultimatum, basically.
Right.
If you don't let me kill you, I'm gonna kill Yellow, which is his love of his life and stuff. Currently, as a high school student, childhood crush he might not love in 2 years. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
high school sweethearts never really work out as often as you would think.
Exactly. Not saying y'all don't work out, but sometimes
True.
y'all don't.
True.
But fact of the matter is, he had this he was gonna take the white arrow to the heart for his high school sweetheart, who didn't pay him no attention anyway before this.
And help bully him too, by the way.
Right, bro. All right. I'm not rubbing salt in the wound, but basically,
and welcome back to MCWW. I hate that the abbreviation of Mic Check Waifu just doesn't alliterate like the name itself does. MCWW is just it's nasty.
What's nasty about it?
It don't when you just say it, right? MCWW. I guess you just look at it and see Mic Check Waifu. So I digress.
I just thought about it, and this is completely off topic. So what if someone saw MCWW and thought, does that stand for Mic Check Where Your Woman? I don't know.
Man Crush Wednesday's worth. I don't fucking
right. Man Crush Wednesday's worthy. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we are back to spoil some shit. Specifically, let's start off with Platinum Man and how terrible that shit was. We're just here because we're committed at this point. It's kind of like torture. But you know what? Fuck it. We're here. Last episode next week. It's the worst. It was the worst outcome to the issue that they could have had that last episode.
My opening statement for this is that it was better than Sabakuya Bisco.
No, it was not. You're lying.
Oh my God. But
You're lying.
I was so, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I was so disappointed in the turnaround from Sabakuya Bisco.
Yeah,
I don't think it's actually better. But I think
right.
I was actually like so invested in Sabakuya Bisco and how good it was, and then they went to that, and I was like, okay, well, I'd rather watch Platinum Man. And that hurts.
A complete flip, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Platinum Man was garbage. Like, all right, we talked about this, the retcon immediately, right?
Right.
First of all, our main character immediately ready to kill. And all right, whatever. C'est la vie. When in Rome. Or whatever you say when bullshit happens. Our main character ready to kill. We find out that old little boy ish, he is not prepared to actually kill anybody.
Right.
So what's up with the whole facade? You was talking big shit the whole time. Like you was actually gonna do something. Like you was gonna pull the trigger and you didn't. I'm confused, little bro.
Facts.
Polo, what was he doing there? I mean, and then, so, all right, our main character, me, right? He gets this ultimatum, basically.
Right.
If you don't let me kill you, I'm gonna kill Yellow, which is his love of his life and stuff currently as a high school student. Childhood crush he might not love in 2 years. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
high school sweethearts never really work out as often as you would think.
Exactly. Not saying y'all don't work out, but sometimes
True.
y'all don't.
True.
But fact of the matter is, he had this. He was gonna take the white arrow to the heart for his high school sweetheart, who didn't pay him no attention anyway.
And help bully him too, by the way.
Right, bro. All right. I'm not rubbing salt in the wound, but basically, he was gonna take this arrow, and his angel saves him. And when the angel saves him, she immediately gets demoted.
Bro.
And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, okay.
What's crazy is that she helped him in the first place. It's like she why wasn't she demoted from the jump street?
I think, but they said, they gave a reasoning for that, right? Like she intervened in his actual death.
Oh yeah.
Not in his God candidate stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So she intervened and saved his life when he was trying to commit suicide.
Right.
But it didn't. But now he's a God candidate and he was about to die right there.
From a fight, yeah.
Right. So she did that and intervened in him dying and basically immediately got demoted and half of her got turned to stone. I was like, oh shit. They said if you intervene with kill his stuff again, he's going to die on the spot. And I was like, oh shit, all right. Okay. So what's about to happen? They getting active. He got his little red arrow because that's all he got left. And I'm thinking like, well, okay, this is about to actually be the end. We about to see what's really gonna happen. And Yellow comes and save him after that little interval.
Yep. Completely the kid made a about face out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Basically he let them free because he couldn't kill them. Right. That makes no sense to me. Morally, like if you agree with him, you still got the red arrow tying you up and stuff like that. Why would you let them go? That doesn't make any sense logically for me. Like that's completely against the will of the person that you're supposed to be helping. Then he gives his white arrow away, which that was never explained.
No,
that you could give someone else's white arrow away. It wasn't even his white arrow to
give away.
With.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was so fucking confused. I'm like, but how, bro? Like, it's not his white arrow. He didn't have it in the first place. He had a red arrow that he would make people commit suicide with, and he was never directly involved. So I get him not wanting to actually physically kill somebody because he never really had to. He just gave people the gall, to kill. The gall to kill themselves. So okay, that's pseudo self-explained. But then the giving away of the white arrow all she said was that we're both God candidates, so you can pass it to me now, which still didn't feel right to me.
Because she said she tricked him, and she didn't. She just said, give it to me.
Yeah.
I can't trust you.
Right. That's all she said. But she magically pops up, fucking shoots at the professor, and then
the angel saved him this time. And I'm thinking like, okay, so
why?
This time the angel's going to die because Mirai didn't want him to die, right? Which a minute ago when he had his white arrow, he was willing to shoot and kill.
She was ready. She was ready for him to win this battle so he can become the God candidate. That's what she wanted more than anything. So now all of a sudden she decides, I'm not going to do this because it wouldn't make Mirai happy. Was her main about face, which was like, what the fuck is even happening? All this character depth change didn't make any sense.
It's conflicting.
Very much so conflicting.
And she gets re-promoted instantly.
Which didn't make sense.
Special rank because she saved another God candidate from her own God candidate. That seems also counterproductive.
And it wasn't even from her own God candidate. It was from the chick. So she's a different God candidate that she saved him from. So it was like, what the fuck is even happening here? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
More of the story, Platinum Man's not good.
So Bull goes up. Little kid says, I'm still going to become God and I'm going to give you the answers you're seeking. I'm going to make sure you're happy, whatever. Do you want to remember everything? Mirai and our girl decides they want to remember everything. The professor says he want to remember everything. The one girl who's with the professor says no. Yep. Just get erase this shit.
And that was the only one that made sense.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not gonna say the only one that makes sense because they technically make sense. But like, she don't want to remember shit. That makes sense. She ain't want to have this in the first place.
Yep. She ain't want to lose her red arrow.
Right.
So, but like, I don't. And then they gonna say something's infecting this guy or whatever. Now he's infected with something.
The creature, the guy is infecting his body. So is it looking like? I thought it was just so the god can have a new body, or what's going on? We don't know.
I thought the creature was the god.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
But why is the god now being infected with the creature?
Right, and why is it not him just taking over as God?
You see what I'm saying?
We don't know the answers here. It also is just poorly explained, and shit doesn't happen right.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. This one's been hard to watch. One episode left though, so I'm just fucking push through it.
We're almost done, bro. We almost done.
It has a 62 on Annie list, and I think that's too high.
It's high as fuck.
It's crazy how this like universally hated though,
and it was universally hyped at the beginning. That first episode was not bad, man. That first episode was actually really good. I thought it was a really good starting episode.
100%.
And it was downhill from there.
Facts. All right, next up, let's get out of here before we throw up. It's kind of always good to end on Platinum Men because it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I guess we should talk about 86 or AOT.
Let's go into 86 since it was so good.
Oh my God. Yeah, man, I cried. A thug tear fell.
This episode of 86 is exactly what Chef Ramsay wants when he asks you to cook for him.
True. A gourmet dish, perfectly seasoned, medium rare steak.
This is the meal that you make for somebody to let them know you love them.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable episode. Unbelievable wrap up to a series, a season 1 of 22 episodes that didn't feel like 22 episodes. I feel like it just started. But
do you feel like that 2-month wait, was it 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that 2-month wait was worth it?
Yes.
It was. It was so fucking worth it.
It was so worth it, yo. It was so worth it. Because oh my God, I don't even know where to start, bro. It's just everything was so perfect. From the moment they lived their regular life, I don't know how much time has passed. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't paying attention to the dates that were popping up this time. Usually I do. Usually if I miss them, I go back and rewind it. But I just wanted to see what the fuck was gonna happen. It was so relaxing to see everybody just kind of just survive, just live for a little bit, right. You know. And it was clearly a time skip, right? Because everybody healed up and everything like that. But it was so well done, man. So perfectly paced. So you got to see them in their elements of not what they want to do outside of battle, which is rare because all they know is battle. And that welcome home, right? Mm-hmm. They all came in. I'm home. I'm home. Mm-hmm. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. I'm like, they home. They home, bro. They don't have to worry about really shit else if they don't want to at this point. Chills. That felt good. And then they, like you said, they all got gifts that kind of suited their personalities and what they were interested in. We did not know Shin was a cook. Me either, yeah. But we knew he liked books, so that was something they got him, and that was just interesting to see these characters have those kind of dynamics and just in general, right? Mm-hmm. And they just get to live, like you said, that life. And my favorite part was kind of like my favorite part in general was just like when this episode started, it started with music. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, they're gonna hit us with perfect sound design in this episode. They're gonna let us know. They rolled the credits 7 minutes into the show. Bro. They did. They rolled the credits 7 minutes into the show during that montage of them living that life. And then they give us what happened to the Republic. We show exactly what the Republic turned into after they were demolished in what she said 4 days. It took.
Yeah, it was a week. It was a week, but yeah.
Yeah, I think she said 4 days, but it took basically a week for the Republic to completely fall, and now they're being protected by the 86. The 86s feed them in soup kitchens. They're wondering how they ended it this way. It was so satisfying to see, and then we continue on with our girl. We learn that she gets basically recruited to the Federation. Like, hey, we're gonna have you run this. Since you're the best the Republic got, we're going to have you run this mission full of 86 since you're used to that kind of thing. And, you know, basically they drop hints that she's basically going to be running the squad. We all knew that she was going to be running our squad. But how is it going to get there? How is it going to get there? It pops back over to Shin. He goes to that was during the credit. Before, I forgot to mention before the credits popped up.
They ran credits again when we ended that whole look at
Yeah.
But when we get back to the Federation with her getting ready to meet the 86 and stuff.
Oh my God, bro. She was like, I won't forget. Grabbing their pictures, putting everybody's pictures that she's ever like dealt with in that particular squadron. Yeah, the Spearhead Squadron. She put them down near their graves. Shedded a tear for them. That shit had my fucking arm hair standing up, about face, motherfucker.
She kept our team. She kept her original Spearhead team that she got to rock with Shin and the rest of our group.
Yep. Because to her, they were still alive. She was going to believe that they were still alive.
She wanted to go on to the very end like they did, right? So that was her motivation. Don't Polo. It's okay. You ain't got to cry right here.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking about everything that happened, man. That's fucking fantastic. And just the way she was introduced to her squad, and she was like, "Hey, this is me. I am Commander Mel's me, whatever, fuck." And just looking at their faces as they just look at her like.
And she said, "Good to meet you." And Shin says, "Well, this isn't our first time meeting."
Boom, chills again.
And everybody busts out laughing in the background. They chuckling and stuff, laughing. And she's like, "What?" He's like, "What the fuck did he say?" It's good to see you, Handler One.
Handler One.
And she was like, her eyes teared up.
Yep.
And started crying. I was
boom.
Like,
that's what destroyed me right there.
But no, what got me, because I didn't cry, but what got me was seeing Shin blush.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't think Shin would cry. And I think it would have been a little bit more impactful if they gave him like one tear.
The thug tear.
The blush on him made me I was like,
and
damn,
I talked about this a lot last week when we did our episode. His facial emotion, his transitions between just the emotions that he's feeling. He's so known for not wearing them on his face to the point where then when they pop up on his face, it's so fucking impactful because it transitions so smoothly, so seamless. It's just like a natural thing. He sisters with a little brush. He sees her tears. When he sees her tears, you can tell something is welling up in him. And he pushes it down. And when he pushes it down, his face curl up into that slight smile. And then she just fucking starts boo-hooing. And it's the most fucking, it killed me, bro. I'm like, And then left eye was like, boom, gone. It didn't blow me back Kanad type. It didn't Kanad me.
It was good enough.
It just, a thug tear was shed. Unbelievable. And then our girl Frederica comes up like, let's take a picture. Takes the picture, and then it fucking ends basically. And the picture shows up after everything, and it says it crosses out the I and says we will not forget. And it's the whole squad, and it's fucking spectacular.
Fucking spectacular, bro. You know.
This is good. It's good, man.
Whatever they do with 86, they announce a season 2. If they announce a movie,
that'd be heat.
Give us this quality. going forward. Continue, obviously.
Yes.
Keep doing what y'all doing on 86.
April 11th, we'll find out.
Man.
And then there was AOT.
All right.
Pretty sick episode. As far as like animation goes, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple wonky moments with the 3D.
Yeah,
but
3D
it wasn't that. What was funny enough to me was that like the 3D for the Titans wasn't bad this episode. It was the 3D for the people. Like the moments when they were transitioning into motion scenes, and you would see like the people spinning on a 3D maneuvering gear, or whatever it was, or omnidirectional gear. When they were doing that, like you could actually see like the 3D was not looking too great for them, but it wasn't the worst. But it was still like the way they began this episode was very impactful though, because you got to see Connie again.
Yep.
Pulling the trigger on friends.
Yep.
And that shit was harsh, man. Like to see, you saw one dude 3 gunshots in his head.
Yep.
The other guy falling to the bottom of the ocean, and it's like, bro,
it was powerful.
It's harsh. And it's not necessarily harsh because it ain't really harsh. It is, but it's like it's a hard decision to make.
Yep.
I think as someone who has to make that decision, it's gonna feel harsh on you because you got to live with it. The people you kill don't got to live with it.
They're gone.
Done.
Yep.
But you got to live with it, and it's harsh, man.
I think I mentioned this in the earlier episode, like of our podcast, that this is the one I was looking forward to, like outside of the getting to know what's her name's backstory. I wanted to see Falco's change, and yeah, it was pretty good. I'm concerned because isn't next week the last episode? I think it is. It doesn't. Does it say status? Yeah, it doesn't even give us on any list anymore. But it said they said last week 2 episodes left. I think on like Crunchyroll's Twitter or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is I don't think that's enough, man. If next week the last episode, I don't know if that's enough. And I think this is going to end with a lot of disappointed people.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us, but yeah, in 2 weeks, on April 3rd.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last episode next week. How the fuck are they gonna do that?
I don't know, but I hope it's worth it. I hope they do like a 45-minute thing.
They have to, because there's no way, right?
They can pull it off. It's just gonna be bad like the rest of this season. And I ain't gonna say the rest of the season was bad, but
yeah.
there was parts of the season I really, really liked. But the flow of it was crazy. Also, like you said, Falco's transformation, fucking fire, bro.
Yeah, it was fire.
It just looked good. He has the best looking Titan.
Yeah.
outside of I don't know, Aaron's initial transformation to the new founding Titan. He has the best looking Titan. It looks like it will fuck you up.
Yeah, it looks clean as hell. They didn't show his wings as prominent as they did in the manga, though.
I think they're supposed to pop out like when he actually tries to fly. So I'm not sure, but I think he shouldn't have had control over it because that's what the initial transformation is supposed to be like. It's supposed to be like you don't have control. Yeah,
it's always like that. The first joint. Lovely though. It was a lovely episode. I did like seeing all the action pop off.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu Waifu.